All right, let's go ahead and settle down, everyone. Welcome back to Pressure Me Not. How's everyone today? Good. I'm good, thank you. Thank you for coming back and participating again. Today we'll be exploring the different ways of saying no to peer pressure under different circumstances. Before we do get started, I do just want to go ahead and briefly touch upon a few things that we discussed last week, especially confidentiality. That is very important. Can someone tell me what I said about confidentiality last week?
What we say will stay here.
Good job, yeah. Awesome. So again, I want this to be a safe place for everyone to be able to express themselves. Okay, so just a quick recap of last week's sessions. We did discuss what peer pressure was, what peer pressure meant to each and one of you, and we did discuss between the good and the bad peer pressure. Can you share with me one thing that you learned last week?
You can always sing them.
Yes?
If what was it like? If you have to stop and think about it twice, and that means it's like bad pressure.
There's good and bad.
Okay. Yes, definitely good and bad. No? Okay. Now that we have shared one thing about what we learned last week, let's go ahead and move on in today's topic. As I mentioned earlier, today's topic is finding ways to say no to negative peer pressure. The goal of today is how to respond to negative peer pressure under different circumstances. Feel empowered. I want you guys to feel empowered and feel confident to say no. Always remember that you're in control of saying no, okay? Since the last time we met, has anyone experienced peer pressure?
We had a test the other day, and
Okay.
this girl was like trying to cheat off me. But I didn't want to be that one to not let her cheat by any means.
So
So
you
you-
let her cheat?
No,
So you did not let her cheat.
no, but I felt like pressured to do
Okay.
it because then after class she was like, "Well, why didn't you let me?" But okay.
Okay, so do you mind sharing how you not let her copy?
Put my hand right here.
Okay.
And then I covered the test with the other paper, and I just kind of
Okay, good. So you blocked the view.
yeah.
Nice. You did great. That's also awesome. Okay, anybody else willing to share?
Buddy told me to ditch class with him.
Okay.
I said no.
Good. Did he pressure you more after you said no, or was your no pretty assertive?
No, he said that I was a chicken and all these things.
Oh,
But I just said no and walked away.
good. So you walked away. That's an excellent way of saying no to peer pressure. Okay. So, like many of you, I remember being in high school, feeling pressure, fitting in, even in college, and I know how uncomfortable it could feel being put in that situation. And you want to fit in and you want to be this really cool person, but you also want to stay true to yourself and what is right. So learning how to say no is a very important skill that it's going to pay throughout your whole life. You will continue to experience peer pressure in college, different jobs, and then finding ways to being prepared to say no to peer pressure will avoid making you feel that way. Having said that, I do have an activity planned for us of ways to brainstorm to say no. So in this bowl, I have different scenarios. I'm going to go ahead and pass it, choose a scenario. I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to read the scenario and think of ways to say no, okay?
Do we read now or just like?
Well, you could read now and then think about it. Taking the beer, probably dumping it later. All right, have all of you had enough time to think about it? Yeah? Okay. So the next step is, this is welcome our peer pressure chair. So what I'm gonna have you guys do is read the scenario out loud. I'm gonna have you look straight at the chair and pretend that the person doing the peer pressure is sitting here.
Okay.
And I want you to tell them how you would say no and how you would handle this situation, okay? Will anybody like to volunteer to go first? Okay.
Okay, so mine's shoplifting.
So look at the chair.
Okay. So we just you are at the mall with a group of friends. You go into a store and see a hat that you really like. You check the price, but you don't have enough money to buy it. A friend from the group tells you just to take it. He says, "Don't be a scary cat. Just put it in my backpack." What do you do? How do you say no? Well, honestly, I would be very scared to take a hat or take anything without paying for it. So I would honestly just say, I can't do that. I don't want to go to jail.
Okay.
So I'm not putting it in your backpack.
Okay.
You can put it in your backpack if you want.
Okay. How does everybody feel about Irma's response?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same. Is there any other way she could have gone and said no as well?
I think that's like the best way to get out of it. Or she could just said no, I don't do that type of
Okay.
stuff.
Okay. So it did say that you did have enough. You didn't have enough money, so probably saying no. Thank you. I'll come back later when I have more money to buy it. Could have been also another option.
Oh yeah,
Or I'll buy just something else.
Okay. Yeah.
You get a similar hat.
Yeah.
What's the price?
Exactly. Good. Good. All right. Who wants to volunteer next?
I wanna go.
Okay.
So mine's alcohol. It says you are invited to a senior party and decide to go with your friend. When you arrive at the party, you see a keg in the backyard and notice that everyone is drinking and taking shots. A senior at the party offers you a beer and you say no thank you. The senior then says, "Quit being such a baby, just drink it," while handing you the drink. When do you respond? How do you say no? So I know I can tell them that I'm driving, so I don't wanna drink and drive and get in trouble, or that my parents are really strict and that they check when I get home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Those are excellent ways to say no. Anybody think of alternative ways? Kiana could say no.
I mean, if you're scared to say no with something like that, you could say yeah, take the beer, and I mean, when you leave, you just pour it out or just leave it somewhere.
But wouldn't that be like pressuring us to say yes?
I'm saying yeah, but I mean, if you're like so, if you don't want to like not
But
fit in,
that- okay.
like, I mean, you could easily just stay true to yourself and just,
That's true.
put it off to the side.
Okay. What do you think, Selena?
The same.
The same?
Yes.
Okay.
Good decision.
Yes. Yeah. So the alternative is blaming your parents is always an excellent idea. I'm sure your parents won't mind blaming it on them, saying that you do have strict parents. Even saying, my parents are picking me right up after the party and they're gonna check me. Does anyone play sports here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you could say, hey, I'm playing sports tomorrow. I can't, right? Wouldn't that be an alternative?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Who wants to go next?
Where do I go? Okay, mine is drugs. Says you are stressed out because you need to study for. Wait, sorry. You are stressed out because you need to study all night for your chemistry exam. Your friend tells you that she has a pill that will keep you awake all night and help you focus so that you can study. What do you respond? How do you say no? I would say no thank you, that I would just study a bit and go to sleep, and that I shouldn't take the pill because I also need a rest for the test. If not, I'm sure if you take the pill, you're going to be all tired the next morning. So
Good.
you just say, no, I need a rest, and if I didn't study, if I waited last minute, then I should just suffer the consequences for slacking off.
Okay, yeah. Those are excellent. Anybody else has other suggestions that we'll say could have said no or declined?
I think that was a perfect way of saying no.
Okay.
Or say like, oh, I'll just drink like Starbucks
Or
or like a
coffee.
Monster or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. Saying, I don't need a pill. I could have coffee or a double shot espresso or something along those
I'll
lines.
take a quick nap.
Or study in the morning.
Yeah. Start in the morning. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Great suggestions, guys. All right. So you ready?
So mine is, your best friend did not, sorry, your best friend did not do her math homework last night. She shows up to school asking you to let her copy your homework. She tells you that she forgot to do her homework and that you are the best friend. What do you respond and how do you? I would just say no. It took me a long time to do it.
Okay, so that's good. That's a good answer. Yeah.
Do your own homework next time.
Do your own, even if she was your best friend.
Even if she was my best friend.
Good. Anybody else have other suggestions?
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, you're right. No, it took me forever to do it.
There's a lot of pressure for me to do my homework. A lot of time. And you want a copy? No.
Good.
I always tell people like, I think my answers are wrong, so.
Yeah.
Some people are still like, we're gonna come
Yeah.
together. It's
Some
okay.
people will be like, it's okay. As long as I
Better than not
have
turning it in,
something,
yeah.
yeah.
What about saying, no, I didn't do my homework either, or saying, you know what, I don't have it with me, it's at my locker.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And what about they tell
What
you,
if they-
let's go get it?
What if
Okay.
they see it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what if you're pulling it out of class, you know?
Oh,
I think
I
hers is just straight up, no, like,
I think
no
that's a good
alternative.
yeah,
one.
it's no,
Because
oh,
with-
but no, like, no is no, no. I already
Yeah.
said no, like, you're done.
No means no.
Well, that's a good one because yeah, what if they say like, oh, well, I see it there. Let me just copy it real quick. No,
Because
that's
then
true.
they're gonna think you're mean and a liar.
Yeah.
How do you feel your friend would respond to that?
She would be in shock.
Okay.
It'd probably be mad, but I mean,
Yeah.
that doesn't make you a best friend. I think a best friend would make you, personally, I think a best friend would be like, hey, you know, you should have done your own homework because you're never gonna learn.
Or a best friend could have been like, let's do the homework together, or we
Yeah.
could have done it
Or
together.
if you need help next time, let me know and I'll help you.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna let you copy me.
Okay.
Or
So-
what if don't do the next assignment, I'll do it for you.
No, that never works.
So, friends don't peer pressure you.
No.
True friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True friends won't use your friendship against you type of thing.
Okay.
I have some of those friends.
Say no.
So, what is one of the best ways to resist pressure?
I think how she
Being
came about it is
straight
saying
out
no.
of what you're feeling.
Okay.
Just don't lie to them and just say straight out, no, this is how I feel, I don't want you to do this. Yeah.
Okay. Say no in a very assertive way.
Yeah.
Like no and standing your ground down.
Yes.
Okay.
I think if you give like a good firm no instead of like, oh no, you know, like questioning it,
Yeah.
you know, people I think will continue to bug you. But I think if, like how she said, if you give a strong like no, like
And that's regardless of any scenario or circumstance.
yeah, like if you don't want it, regardless of what it is, when the person says no, you know, everybody should know that no means no.
I mean, there is gonna be some people that are keep on bugging you, even though you say no to them.
Okay.
Just keep saying no.
Just ignore them and walk away.
I can't say no that easily.
Same.
I just can't. It's just so hard. I'm
Like-
one of those that are pressured all the time.
So like if
Yeah.
somebody tells you to do drugs, you would have a hard time
No,
saying
like
no.
drugs, I'll be like, no, I can't, I'm scared, I won't do that. But when it comes to like homework, I'll be like, okay, and then I'll hand it over.
But what if you guys get caught cheating and then you get in trouble for it?
I know, you're right.
Oh, that happened one time.
It's kind of like the shopping. See?
Yeah, we were in class watching a movie, and the girl next to me, we were supposed to take notes, and the girl was like, oh, like, you know, so I just gave it to her, and we had a substitute, and he came over, and he like took both the bars, and she was getting all crazy with him, but I don't even know if I got my notes back.
Thank you for sharing. Okay. Is it difficult to say no to a friend or other people that are close to you?
Yeah.
I kind of think it's a little easier to say no to a friend.
No, see, to me, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was
No,
just
you know
gonna
what?
say.
Yeah, honestly, to say no to a friend, it's easier.
Because you're like comfortable with them, like if
Yeah.
you don't want to do something and they're your friend, like
Oh, see, to me,
I have
no.
no problem.
To me,
but
it's hard.
strangers, it's
Okay.
hard.
To you it's more difficult?
Yeah, like when you go to the mall, you know, those random people come up to you with the samples. Like I have a hard time saying no to those people.
People at the mall make you feel peer pressure to taking their samples.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like a friend, I'd be like, nah.
Okay.
It's
So
Keep
you
walking.
have you ever said no to a friend then?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you say it and what happened?
No. You said call me a mean, and I was like, I don't care.
See, that to me, it's the other way around. Like with friends, I can't say no, but with strangers, I'll be like, no. Like the mall people, I'll be like, no, thank you, no. no, and just keep walking. But when it comes to friends, I can't. I just won't. She's like, okay. Yeah, that's hard.
It's hard. Yes, it could be hard. Do you find other ways that perhaps you could tell your friends no? I mean, what alternative ways can you tell them no?
I just lie.
Okay.
Like, maybe like in the homework situation, I'll be like, oh, I didn't do it.
Okay.
But to know that they're looking at my homework, I can't be like, oh no, I'll hand it over. I can't be like, no.
So most likely you'll let her come.
If they see that I did do my homework, most likely I would have.
What are other suggestions that maybe Irma could say or do to handle that type of situation with her friend?
Like what you said about, oh, it was like it took a lot of time for me to do.
Yeah, that, or you could just flat out say no. Or if you have a hard time doing that, you could just say, oh, like I feel like I can do it right, this and that. Say, oh, next time I could help you out. We can do it together. That way we make sure that we both do it.
Or you can say that, oh, well, I don't want to, the teacher's going to, catch us and both of us going to get zero.
Yeah. I'm going to try.
Good. Yeah, those are excellent suggestions. Thank you, everyone. What did you learn about saying no? What did you learn about saying no?
That it can be hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not always easy to say no, especially, for some people friends or for some people strangers, it's hard to say no.
Okay.
There's different ways of saying no.
Yes. Definitely different ways of saying no.
You could blame your parents. Excuse to say no.
Yes. Like I mentioned, your parents will not mind. They will be more than proud of you if you blame them, and they'll be okay with that. They want their child to be, not peer pressured. Do you think saying no in the scenarios today and what we discussed is realistic in ways that you can take outside of the group?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Would you be willing to say no sometime between now and our next session to a form of peer pressure that you focus? Maybe next time you go into. Okay.
I'm going to practice. I'm going to try.
You're going to try?
Yes.
Ask me.
Okay.
Yes, I will write it down. If I have a situation, I'll share it
Okay.
like that.
Awesome. So we do have a couple more minutes left. Any final thoughts? Anything else that you guys want to share
About saying no specifically, or?
about saying no or peer pressure?
So, like when people, like the other day, this guy was trying to sell me some tickets, and I didn't know how to say no. So I was just like, oh, I don't have cash, and he's like, oh, I take cards. So I was kind of forced into buying it. So I don't know how to say it. I can't. It's hard to say no.
Okay.
You just said like, oh, I don't have money right now, but thank you. Maybe next time.
That was me saying cash though.
Well, you shouldn't have said cash.
You should have just said I don't have money right now.
And he had a little thing.
Not everybody carries those. So
Nowadays,
I
you'll
get
be
you.
surprised.
Yeah, but the best way you could just say is no, I don't have money right now, or what were the tickets for?
Pinball.
You could just said, oh
You
yeah,
should take it on
I don't like no, I don't paintball.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I don't think ball.
Yeah. Well, then he's like, oh, do you have anyone? And I was like,
You could have said that.
I don't know. And I'm buying it.
So definitely peer pressure, like I mentioned, goes beyond the school spectrum.
Yeah.
Outside, being pressured at the mall with the samples, paintballing tickets. So finding ways to say no and being assertive is very important, regardless of what scenario it is. So like they said, maybe you could have said, no, I don't have money right now, or to the sample people, say no, thank you. I don't have money to buy whatever product you're selling me, or thank you for the sample, or no, thank you.
Yeah, now that you say that, like peer pressure does kind of a day-to-day thing.
Mhm.
So I have a buddy that was gonna buy a car, and he went and looked at it, and it was nice, and then he left and came back the weekend after, and there was like a bunch of parts off the car missing and stuff, and he just bought it because he was there, and he felt obligated because he was already there, and he ended up buying the car just because
He felt all the
Yeah.
pressure.
he said he was already gonna buy it and stuff.
Maybe you can tell your friend next time we're having this group so he could join us next time in our next session. Well, thank you everyone for participating in our second session. Today we learned about how to say no to different scenarios. I wanted you guys to leave today empowered and feeling comfortable to say no. Irma said she was going to give it a try next time in her class. Remember that you are always in control of the situation. It is always okay to say no. All right? Just a quick reminder, next week will be our last session. Thank you everyone for sharing, being brave and sharing your experiences and sharing how you felt. You guys did excellent suggesting and participating with each other. Awesome job, guys, and great job, and I'll see you guys next week.
Great.
All right.